The blessing and peace of our Lord be with you, heart dwellers. Today is November the 4th, 2015, and I just want to tell you that I really miss hanging out with you guys in the comments and messages. I have been overwhelmed again with things to do around here, with her coming to an end here pretty soon, and just been overwhelmed with things to do. And haven't had the time to really sit and listen to all your comments, which I love to do, and your messages. I really love to do it. And I know Carol has been very faithful to pick up the slack for me, but I want you to know that I'm coming back soon. And I'm clearing the way so I can really spend some quality time with all of you. I miss you very much. So tonight I had a long discussion with someone who's really suffering a lot of emotional pain right now because they feel betrayed by God. And in essence, it wasn't the Lord that betrayed them, it was the enemy. But because they're new in the ways of the Lord, they took it as a betrayal by God. And I had to defend his character, and I also had to share with them that his ways are not our ways, and what looks like something that he's doing is more frequently what the accuser of the brethren, the devil, is doing, and lying spirits are doing. It's not the Lord's doing at all. But it's difficult to understand that when you come from a background of disappointment and betrayal. And this particular soul comes from that kind of a terrible, terrible background of disappointment and betrayal by her parents. So I'm going to share with you what he had to say about this and his call again for us to be ambassadors of his love. When I came into prayer, the Lord was there holding me during a worship song, and we danced a little, very gently swaying back and forth to the worship music. And this is something I see in the spirit as I'm worshiping the Lord through the song. I was wearing a pink satin dress, and I always equate pale pink with brotherly love. Jesus began to speak to me. He said, "Many people say many things, but who do you say I am? Lord, you are the wisest, most loving, most perceptive and understanding of anyone or anything in the universe, the most gentle, patient, and kind, and all your ways are perfection itself. Would I ever abandon or leave you alone on your own? Not unless I asked you to, Lord, which you would never do, right? Right? What do you make of what is going on with this soul? She's in darkness, Lord, and she has yet to know you." That's correct. That's your starting point. She's been so betrayed throughout the years from childhood. She has no concept of being truly loved. And so she equates God with man and quickly writes me off because she does not know me. And how many souls on this earth are this way? Millions. Why? Because fathers and authority figures are despots, abusers, haters, and godless. The work Satan has accomplished in all these years has convinced mankind that I am malevolent, cruel, and uncaring. Only a stroke of grace can deliver a man or a woman from this delusion. Only your prayers can move this mountain, Clare. Carry her in your tender heart and lift her up to me frequently throughout the day, and I will accomplish the impossible and heal her twisted and darkened heart. Hear this, my bride. You are surrounded with such as these. Behind closed doors, hundreds of thousands lose their innocence at the hands of those they were to trust. Some are betrayed and sold into slavery. Some are raped and beaten. Some are rejected and poisoned with self-hatred. What shall I do for such as these? Send them my love, I tell you. Approach each soul tenderly. There is a closed and hidden door in the lives of all, where trust and innocence were betrayed in one way or another. Satan finds a way to destroy the youngest and most innocent of souls, and through you, I find a way to heal them. When you awake in the morning, pray this simple prayer: Lord, please use me today to bring someone closer to you. Then expect to be tried and even found in situations where a hurting soul reveals their wounds to you, either in a fit of rage and anger, or in lamentation and tears, or in a much less dramatic way, a simple word or thought expressed about me. Yes, I have come to many in visions, and still they do not know me. Someday, they will. A seed has been planted, and you, each time you reach out in unconditional love, water that seed. You truly are a city on a hill. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. That's Matthew 5:14. You haven't much time here. Make it count. Don't be afraid to mention me or ask a simple question. What do you think about God? Do you pray? Has God ever answered your prayer? Have you ever felt like God didn't care, or didn't hear you, or was too busy to notice you? Do you believe in visions in heaven? These are all non-threatening places to start. They open the door for grace to flood in. You asked me why you got the world about this situation. I went to the Bible Promises and I opened to that. The simple answer is that the soul in the world lives in a shark cage or a fortified citadel, a place encrusted in layer after layer of betrayal, and new walls fashioned to prevent a recurrence of that pain. Others live in a shark cage, constantly dodging the head-on attacks of sharks bent on destroying them. Their world consists of moving from one side to another of their cage to escape the rage of their enemies. This world is truly a terrible place. Somehow, in the midst of this chaos and crime against humanity, you have to make a simple, non-threatening entrance as an ambassador of truth and love. Souls are many times wounded beyond recognition. When I get them, it takes years and years and years of love and sending by my very best physicians to heal them into what they were created to be. I know this sounds redundant to you, my love, but I'm wanting you all to understand the daunting task of winning the trust of others in order to reveal my true nature to them. You have all been beneficiaries of my most passionate and tender love. You have all experienced who I truly am, my patience and my kindness with you, my long-suffering. You know me, and your testimony is invaluable to the world. It is through your witness, even when you share this channel with others, it is through your witness that hardened hearts begin to let the light into their dismal chambers. You may say only one thing that piques their curiosity, and that may be all that is needed to start them on the road of recognition that they are personally, tenderly, and devotedly loved by their God. Sharing a movie, a website, a YouTube, a book or music that is anointed may be the beginning of their heaven, both on this earth and in the world to come. You just don't know how one random act will in the end be the beginning of that soul's salvation. And one more thing, when you take on a prayer burden for a soul, expect to be exercised in various trials and difficulties, even in sickness. Remember, if sickness does not yield to prayer, I am using it as a fast offering to bring them closer to me. In due time that will pass, and you will also see the progress they have made spiritually, because you are willing to carry Simon's cross a few steps up Calvary's hill. So much is not understood now, but you can observe these truths in your daily life. Cause and effect, your prayers, their progress. Yes, I will use the littlest of your sufferings and contradictions in this life to water the lifeless wasteland of the lost and broken souls. Truly, you are my appointed ambassadors of love, and from your hearts I reach out and touch the lost.